The time has come.
It's an idea whose time has come. Did you know Sling has your favorite newspapers for just $40 a month? My favorite news for just $40 a month? My favorite news for just $40 a month? News for $40 a month. Sling lets you do that. And the Reba supports your brain health. Very Janice, hey! Eddie, Bill, Fraser, Frank. Frank? Fred, how are you? Fred. View up to 7 brain health indicators, including your memory. Join the Nariva Brain Health Challenge.
No one should have to choose between good vision and great value. That's why America's Best is during the Wise Buy sales event, get 2 progressives and a comprehensive just $129.95. Book an exam online today.
For the most comfortable, luxurious, eco-friendly, and affordable. Handcrafted, American-made mattresses on the market today. Delivered and set up in any room of your house. Saga, luxury mattresses made. Smile, you found it. The feeling of finding psoriasis can't filter out the real you. So go ahead, live unfiltered with the one and only Sotictu, a once daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis and the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding you're so ready for your close-up, or finding you don't have to hide your skin, just your background. Once daily Sotictu was proven better, getting more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take it for allergic to Sotictu. Serious reactions can occur. Sotictu can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections, cancers including lymphoma, muscle problems, and changes in certain labs have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, liver or kidney problems, high triglycerides, or had a vaccine or plan to. Sotictu is a TYK2 inhibitor. TYK2 is part of the JAK family. It's not known if Sotictu has the same risks as JAK inhibitors. Find what plaque psoriasis has been hiding. There's only one Sotictu, so ask for it by name. So clearly you. Sotictu.
This is the story of the one. The one who believes being prepared is not just a way of life. It's how he helps everyone stay safe. He sweats the small stuff before he does big stuff. For the one, being an unsung hero and a builder full of everyday heroes is just how he likes it. The industrial grade products you need built to last. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Good morning. I'm back after a few days. I'm back live.
Closed captioning brought to you by Thundershirt. Constant gentle pressure for a calmer pet. If your dog suffers from fear of thunder, fireworks, separation, or any other anxieties, Thundershirt can help. Thundershirt, find at retailers like PetSmart and Petco.
A man in Florida is expected to recover after a shark. This is right on. This happened
Ooh.
on Florida's East Coast.
According to Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation, shark attacks peak in Florida waters from April to October. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez
Hi.
is now, and Ivan, it feels like we've been talking about shark attacks quite a bit lately.
Victor, Isabel, shark attacks are characterized as unusual, but have been occurring steadily this summer season. In the last month, we've actually reported on 5 different incidents involving shark attacks from Florida to California and Hawaii. Here's an overview of those latest incidents. Last Sunday, on the north shore of Oahu, Hawaii, professional surfer, lifeguard, and actor Tamayo Perry died following an apparent shark attack. That same day, in North Carolina, a 14-year-old
What's been going on in these YouTube streets?
About a month ago, 46-year-old man
Besides John Yates throwing a fucking tantrum.
while swimming off the coast of San Diego. Soon after, in Walton County, Florida, 3 people were injured in 2 separate shark attacks within just 90 minutes of each other at neighboring beaches. Here's what officials had to say about the incident.
They're highly unusual, and it's extremely unusual for 2 to happen in the same afternoon within 4 miles of one another.
Despite natural fears, though, experts still say the chance of getting bitten is extremely low. So low, in fact, that the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission says humans are actually 30 times more likely to be struck by lightning than bitten by a shark in Florida. The International Shark Attack File says last year there were 69 unprovoked shark attacks around the world. Of those, over half of them were in the U.S., 2 of which were fatal. The Florida Fish and Wild Conservation Commission says the increase we've seen in shark bites over the years is more related to an increase in human visitors than an increase in shark populations or activity. Victor Isabel, back to you.
Car dealerships and customers feel the effects of a massive cyber attack. It could take months, if not years, to recover.
Coral reefs are dying off at an alarming rate. And today starts small, think big. Visit a farm on that's working to restore the resilience beneath the waves by floating coral.
Is to be the first for-profit company within restoration. We see that as leveraging a brand new industry. We can generate revenue by completing contracts, and then that money can be put back into the business to push science forward. What we'll do is we'll take one of these corals and then we turn them into microfragments. So by cutting them, essentially what we're doing is we're encouraging faster growth than we would normally see from a larger parent colony. And we're looking for it to cover this plug before we then move it on to our next phase, which is placing it onto a cookie. That way they'll communicate together and will actually fuse onto a cookie, creating a much larger coral mass. So the benefit of
I'm not moving the camera up towards me so I can see the chat, because I don't want my camera to fall.
So in a little under a year, this particular species of coral has gone from the ocean through the microfragmenting and is now ready to go back to the reef.
So it's up against the wall.
To obviously be able to push restoration forward and make a real difference in a much shorter time frame than we believe is currently possible.
Start small, think big. Brought to you by Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
To me, Harlem is home, but home is also in your body. I asked myself, why does it Pilates exist in Harlem? So I started my own studio. Getting a brick and mortar in New York is not easy. Chase Inc. has supported us from Studio 1 to Studio 3. When you start small, you need some big help, and Chase Inc. was that for me.
But here's my opinion on John Yates. As some of y'all know, my opinion on him right now. Dude, there's something wrong with you. Ooh, the lights are on, but no one is home.
Fred, how are you? Fred.
If you were up to 7 brain health indicators, including your memory, join the Nariva Brain Health Challenge.
I can't wait to this family gathering.
But he's going to end up hurting somebody if he is not stopped right now. He is going to hurt somebody. If it's not him, it's Cody. If it's not Cody, it's one of his followers. Because someone's going to match him and be like, hey, I'll be able to do it. No, honey. He ain't worth you going to jail. He ain't worth your damn freedom. So, dang, Dr. Amon got me on iron pills and I didn't even know it. That's the one I got to pay out of pocket for, and it's like $3 and something, so it ain't bad. I am going to do something tomorrow once this comes in. There is a 5th grader in Columbia that wrote a book. I actually ordered it, and I will be reading it tomorrow. As soon as it comes in, I will be reading it. And it's called It's Okay to Be Different. And she had her story on the local news, and I I loved the story so much I went ahead and put the book into my Amazon cart, and I just checked it out Friday night. Yeah, Friday night, and it should be in Monday, sometime Monday it should be in. Now let me go ahead and let me take my iron. Doctor, why you got me on iron pills, man? I take iron anyway.
At Granger, we know dealing with the unexpected is part of your job description. And you made a promise to keep the line running, to power through the downpour, to be the one who always gets it done. And our promise is to help you do it with professional grade supplies for every industry, plus same day pickup and next day delivery on most orders. Because you can't predict the future, but with the right partner, you can be prepared. Call,
But I said I can't
or just stop
see
by.
the chat
We're the ones
right now.
The ground was your victory. Stay close.
And I do have it on CNN. Yeah, CNN.
streaming exclusively on Max.
But my nightbot is always on guard.
I have enjoyed it. Yes, yes, I have enjoyed it. I'm ready for July. I'm ready for it. Yes, I'm ready for it. Hot dog school. Oh, comma. Hot dog school. Some of them, yes. I'm Victor Blackfeld, good to be with you. Here's what we're watching for you this morning. President Biden and his allies are working now to reassure donors and voters that he's up for the job after his debate performance. What he told donors in private last night.
And the first hurricane of the 2024 Atlantic season is now a Category 2 and closing in on the Caribbean. Meteorologist Elisa Rotha is here to track the life-threatening wind, storm surge, and if we could see any impacts right here in the U.S.
Hot dog school. I still have that's great.
No, but she's a fifth grader.
Cyber attack has crippled car dealerships across the country. But it's not just dealerships and car buyers that should be concerned. The broader impact this could have on the economy. That's coming up.
Plus, the U.S. Olympic teams are beginning to take shape. Our Andy Schultz has a look at who will be representing Team USA in Paris next month. Today, President Biden and his family will be at Camp David for what sources tell us is a long-planned photo shoot. But looming large over the event is the president's full performance at CNN's presidential debate. Multiple senior advisors insist the family is gathering, and if that is not,
I don't know you to be saying that.
So Democrats are scrambling to reassure
You might as well go somewhere else for that hookup.
including former Democratic presidential candidate Howard Dean. I've been in this business a long time. Patience and toughness is what you need.
I don't want to get to know you neither.
Now, if he does this again, it's a danger drop. But I don't think he will do it again. I don't know what went wrong with the preparation, but something did. But this is one mistake 5 months before the election. This is not the time to panic. We got to buckle down, figure out what's going on, give the president time to make the right decision, and I think he will make the right decision. I suspect the right decision is to stay in. Newspaper editorial boards, though, they are not convinced. Newspapers in some of the biggest cities in the country are alarmed by the performances from both candidates. On Saturday, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, the Chicago Tribune, the editorial boards, they called on Biden to lead the race. Now, the Philadelphia Inquirer called on Trump to back out. They say simply to serve his country, Donald Trump should lead this race.
Despite the panic within the Democratic Party, the campaign says it has raised $27 million on debate night and the day after, a fact that the campaign is using to tamper any press. CNN's Camila Duchamp is joining now from Washington, D.C.
I said
President Biden
YouTube,
also acknowledged
Facebook,
that he did not have the
Instagram,
best
Snap,
performance, and he also acknowledged the
TikTok.
Times editorial
It's
board
not a place
that
for a
was calling
hookup.
for him to step down from the presidential race. Now, Isabel, he has actually really doubled down here and said that he insists that voters should not compare him to former President Donald Trump, and it's really reiterated how he believes that Trump poses a grave threat to democracy. And one really thing that's just interesting to note here is that since this debate performance, there has been a lot of concerns among Democratic voters and among donors about whether Biden should step down. But his campaign has really come to his defense, stating how since the debate, Biden has raised $27 million. They've had more volunteers and more people signing up for campaign jobs just to help Biden get reelected. And they say that's what voters should be focusing on, those positive elements, and not the debate performance that Biden has shown in the last week.
All right, Camila Duchalis, thank you so much for your time. Joining us now is political congressional reporter Nicholas Roenick. Thank you so much for your time. Let's talk again about that AJC editorial board, that op-ed that they put out with the headline, "It is time for Biden to pass the torch." Also saying the shade of retirement is now necessary for President Biden. We saw the Chicago Tribune do the same. On the flip side, the Philadelphia Inquirer is calling on Trump to move aside, calling him a danger to democracy and unfit for office. Nicholas, President Biden once again addressed his debate performance yesterday. What's his game plan here?
The game plan the president and Biden laid out is that he's not going anywhere soon, despite the chorus of newspaper editorials, in swing states, anonymous, Democratic writing about his debate performance. The president has signaled that he doesn't intend to use force. He's trying to reassure voters, and he's really trying to show them support after this debate. Now, whether that's enough remains to be seen, because in a lot of conversations that lawmakers made, there is a lot of behind-the-scenes panic about the president and his ability to candidate against Trump, especially if the next debate in September turns out to be the same. But all of that is anonymous. No Democratic lawmaker has gone on the record to say the president should step down.
Nicholas, is this conversation even fair? We know that debate is not predictors of success on election day. We saw that with Harris, we saw that with Clinton. Looks like Biden did do well. Are we looking into
You ain't seen the alligator, have you?
I ain't been down there this morning.
right? He had one job, and that was to smooth the concerns of his age on that debate floor, and he did the opposite. Nicholas, Democrats are conducting, we have in our reporting, a polling research to gauge the political fallout of Biden's debate performance. But if he's refusing to drop out, what's the point?
It could help inform Democrats on how effectively they need to be. That's what the president staged going forward. It shows control, in fact, and this was something that really moved the needle, that was pointing that this is something we'll have to tackle head on, and something that can inform the debate, something that tens of millions of Americans watch that day in many perspectives. It starts with the general election season, it starts when many other people that want to keep engaged start to tune in, and said the president had one job, and he loved it.
And we do have reporting from a second longtime Biden advisor, Nicholas, that the only way that Biden would step aside is if he were presented with serious data that he would lose this presidential bid. Not only that, but it would also be a statement trying to sort of give those down ballot candidates in the House, Senate, and local races. Are we seeing any danger of that?
There's certainly a
Biden's performance woes. He is still pulling in some major money. $27 million debate night and the day right after. And then yesterday, Red Bank, New Jersey, was at a fundraising campaign there. A group of just 50 or so people, and were told by the governor of Biden that they raised $3.7 million there. So, what do these numbers tell you?
Well, what it shows me is that the president is lost the support of the voter here. He's actively needs us to short concern among the donor class and to what his basic needs. But the issue there is that these are small settings for different parts, and they're not the kinds of events that will be due to put the normal shoulder on those concerns to us. And so, the question for the president is personal decision on unscripted press events to put concern about his case, his currently those to us.
So, a lot more than that. Let's look at this briefing. Hosted by ABC. They're set for a debate. Some are questioning if that'll even happen Thursday's performance. But what are party lawmakers telling you about another debate 2.0? Including, I think, one lawmaker that in their article, Nicholas, has actually sprinted away from the House chamber to get away from that question.
When other reporters tried to ask Democratic lawmakers about debate Friday, many of them took pains with questions, chatting members of Congress, set up to defend the president, declining to answer questions on the way votes. The ones that I did talk to made clear that if there was going to be no debate, some said the president shouldn't even do it, others said he shouldn't do it with the same rules, given how Thursday was. Well, there's a lot of concern among Democrats about the format and how that worked for the president, whether that played at all into the performance. But the fact of the matter is that it still set up plenty of jitters among House Democrats about the president's ability as a candidate and the potential down-ballot ramifications.
Right. With that scheduled second debate, just 70 or something days away, we'll see what happens there. Nicholas Wu, thank you for your time. Hurricane Beryl is gaining strength as it moves toward Barbados, where now is a Category 2 storm.
Warnings are out for parts of the Caribbean. We're talking about Barbados, St. Lucia, the Windward Islands. CNN's Elisa Rocca is joining us now. It is June, and there's a Category 2 that's strengthening heading for the Caribbean.
It is early for this. We're talking a month or more ahead of schedule for a major hurricane, and we're looking at it rapidly intensifying again today. Did that yesterday. It was a tropical storm.
And it said JoJo Sea-Watch is putting out more shorts than anything.
Again today to become a major hurricane. Right now it's a Category 2 storm with 100-mile-per-hour wind. That's at 420 miles as it continues.
Trying to see where I could put.
It just being
Okay.
hurricane
Okay.
record for the furthest east that we've had a hurricane in June in the tropical Atlantic. Once it hits that major status of a Category 3 storm, it would be the third earliest major hurricane in the Atlantic and the earliest major hurricane in the 100 miles of Barbados. So again, way ahead of schedule. Typically don't see a storm like this until mid-August or early.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if this will work.
That Category 4 storm, maybe by tonight. You see the hurricane warnings for the Windward Islands, and it continues its trend. It's really insane as we go through the next couple of days. Could maintain major
Because I
status,
don't want
for
it
parts of those islands. And again, when we're
to
talking about
hit
Category 4 storms, there have only been
the
5
side.
Category 4 storms in July in this part of the tropics. So again, just setting records. And it is because these ocean temperatures are incredibly warm. We're talking about ocean temperatures in the middle and upper 80s. This is more typical for mid to late August. We're not even in July yet. So these temperatures are just so warm. This is fuel and food for those hurricanes, and that's what allows them to rapidly intensify. And as
May
our
I
oceans
help
continue
you?
to get warm and stay warm, we do find that rapid intensification, extreme rapid intensification, can happen more often.
HP, who are you talking about?
Incredibly warm. Not a good start to hurricane season, Lisa. Thank you for your time. One of former
Who are you
President
talking
Trump's
to?
closest allies has only hours of freedom left. Just ahead, we'll have more on the prison sentence awaiting Steve Bannon for defying subpoenas to appear before the congressional committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol.
Plus, a cyber attack cripples 15,000 auto dealerships across the U.S. ahead of a busy time for sales. Why this is about more than just car sales, plus when the dealers hope to have things back to normal. That's coming up later.
And reading, writing, religion. Oklahoma schools are ordered to teach the Bible in every classroom immediately. We go inside the fallout a little later on CNN this morning.
July 4th on CNN.
And I know you ain't talking about me.
Keith Urban, Ashanti, Pete Rexha, The Killers, and many more. The 4th in America. Thursday, July 4th at 7 Eastern on CNN.
Let me see something here.
Slowing my cancer from growing and living longer are two things I want from my metastatic breast cancer treatment. And with Kisqali, I can have both. Kisqali is a pill that, when taken with an aromatase inhibitor, helps delay cancer from growing and has been proven to help people with significantly longer across three separate clinical trials. So I have become Kisqali. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live life, and long live you. Ask your doctor about Kisqali today.
Well, yours.
How do you sleep at night?
Just remind yourself. Block the actual price of everything. So if you see it cheaper somewhere else, they mention the price. So I sleep.
Get matched with Viagra? Sleep at night.
Want the effects of Viagra, but faster? Meet growth sparks. They contain sildenafil and tadalafil, with sparks dissolved under the tongue. Dissolvable work faster than most pills. See if sparks are right for you at grow.co/sparks.
That grimy film on your teeth
Dr. G.
is actually the buildup of plaque bacteria, which can cause cavities.
Most toothpaste quit working in minutes, but Crespo Health's antibacterial fluoride protects all day.
They stopped gravity before they started.
CIDP disrupts.
CIDP derails.
Let's be honest. CIDP sucks.
But living with CIDP?
Doesn't have to.
When you sign up at shiningthroughcidp.com, you'll find inspiration and real patient stories, helpful tips, reliable information, and more.
CIDP can be tough.
But finding hope,
Just got a little easier. Sign up at shiningthroughcidp.com.
be heard, be hopeful, be you.
Okay, y'all, we got 10 orders coming in.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase E-card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase. Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Smile, you found it. The feeling of fighting psoriasis can't filter out the real you. So go ahead, live unfiltered with the one and only Sotectu, a once-daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, and the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding you're so ready for your close-up, or finding you don't have to hide your skin, just your background. Once daily Sotectu was proven better, getting more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take if you're allergic to Sotectu. Serious reactions can occur. Sotectu can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections, cancers including lymphoma, muscle problems, diseases in certain labs have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, liver or kidney problems, high triglycerides, or had a vaccine or plan to. Sotectu is a TYK2 inhibitor. TYK2 is part of the JAK family. It's not known as Sotectu has the same risks as JAK inhibitors. Find what
I
plaque
caught it.
psoriasis has been hiding. There's only
Took me a
one
while, but I
Sotectu,
caught
so
it.
ask for it finding. So clearly you. Sotectu.
I'm Kevin Liptak at the White House, and this is CNN. Biden administration has introduced new language to help bridge gaps in ceasefire negotiations between Israel and Hamas. Now, the revised deal comes after Hamas proposed amendments to the original three-part plan proposed by the Biden administration in May.
Last week, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told Israel's Channel 14 he was ready to make a, quote, partial deal with Hamas to return only some hostages from Gaza, which was at odds with the U.S. proposed deal. Netanyahu later walked back those comments after facing fierce backlash from families of the hostages and several Israeli politicians. Elliot Dawson is live in London with the latest. Elliot, what do we know about this new language?
Well, the Biden administration is trying to introduce a new language, as you said, to try to bridge the gaps between the Israeli and Hamas positions. But I think it's probably going to take more than a few changes to words here and there to try to bridge those gaps, which are very real and which have proved insurmountable for the best part of 8 months. And it's already been a month to the day that President Biden came out to much fanfare to announce the release of Israeli hostages at the same time. As you say, there's 3 phase plan. Israel basically signed up and after an initial 6-week period to try to destroy Hamas's military and governance capabilities. But where we stand right now isn't too far away from where we have been for the past 8 months. Indeed, on Saturday, we heard from a Hamas spokesman saying that the proposal outlined by President Biden still falls short of its core demands, and that any discussions about a ceasefire and hostage release without incorporating those core demands of a full cessation of hostilities and withdrawal of Israeli troops from the Gaza Strip would be, in his words, a waste of time. And just in the last hour or so, we've heard from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the start of his cabinet meeting saying that Hamas is the only obstacle to the release of our hostages. And so, as I say, despite the Biden administration trying to bridge those gaps, despite putting pressure on the Egyptian and Qatari mediators to put pressure on Hamas to do the deal that would see the ceasefire begin and to see some of those hostages released in the initial phases, we haven't seen any progress. And although it's always great to be optimistic, history shows over the past 8 months that that optimism has very quickly been dashed when it seems that we are close to getting that deal on the line.
We are on march for a decision just months before the presidential election. The court is expected to decide on former President Donald Trump's claims of absolute immunity.
And car dealerships across North America are feeling the ransomware attack. The far-reaching impacts, whether you're in the market for a car.
And a reigning fashion man in the world living up to the hype as the U.S. trial coming up. We'll show you how no
U.S. bank, when we say we're in it, we mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings, the celebrations, but for all the hard work it took to get there. We are in for all of it. It's tough for sure, but less tough when you have the right people by your side, like Kayla from Kansas City and thousands of other bankers around the country. Because together, there's nothing as powerful as the power of us.
Nothing dims my light for migraine. With Nurtec ODT, I found relief.
The only migraine medication that helps treat and prevent all in one.
To those with migraine, I see you.
For the acute treatment of migraine with or without aura, and preventive treatment of episodic migraine in adults. Don't take it allergic to Nurtec ODT. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using. Most common side effects are nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
It's time we all shine. Talk to a healthcare provider about Nurtec ODT from Pfizer.
Ooh, carne asada.
It's carne asada. What's that? Carne asada. Carne. Juicy carne asada. Carne asada. Carne. I did it.
Pistachios, pistachios, and all with the word wonderful on them.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana, enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value to give you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of Ford Imprint. Your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out FordImprint.com. Ford Imprint for certain.
Hi, I'm Tony Hawk, and like many of you, I take a statin to reduce cholesterol. But statins can also deplete CoQ10 levels. That's why my doctor recommended Qunol CoQ10. Qunol has the #1 cardiologist recommended form of CoQ10. Qunol, the brand I trust.
Tahini is as unique as those who enjoy it. Tahini, the irresistible blend of chili, limey sea salt. Unique as you. Tahini is what's bueno more bueno. Tahini. With Absorbing Pro, pain won't hold you back from your passions. It's the only solution to two-match strength and aesthetics. With the strongest numbing pain relief available. So, do your thing like a pro. Pain free. Absorbing Pro. Why choose the Sleep Number Smart Bed? Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
Wait, no, I'm always hot.
Sleep Number does that.
Can I get my side soft?
Nice like forever. Sleep Number does that.
Can't help us sleep better and better.
Sleep Number does that. 94% of smart sleepers report better sleep. Shop our lowest prices this season. No interest until 2027. Sleep Number Smart Bed starting at $9.99. Learn more at sleepnumber.com. Dr. Sanjay Gupta reports the last Alzheimer's patient. Sunday at 8 on CNN.
Welcome back. Here is what we're watching this week. Polls have opened in the first round of France's snap parliamentary election that could see President Emmanuel Macron's centrist alliance ousted from the majority, forcing him to work with the far-right National Party. Whatever the outcome, the President of France is bound to stay in his position until the general election in 2027. The Supreme Court is expected to rule on former President Donald Trump's claims of absolute immunity. That case stems from charges over his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. CNN will have special coverage of that crucial decision starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Former Trump advisor Steve Bannon must report to federal prison in Connecticut tomorrow. That comes after the Supreme Court rejected his efforts to avoid prison while he appeals his contempt of Congress conviction. The Iranians will head back to the polls Friday in that country's runoff elections. The snap election was held after the country's president, Raisi, died in a helicopter crash on May 19th. And the annual Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest will take place on Thursday, the 4th of July. And for the first time this year, famed eater Joey Chestnut, because he's been banned this year after signing with the Impossible brand, so eating not real meat. All right, and be sure to tune in to CNN Sports in America Special.
Daddy, won't you go and apply for Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Championship? Won't you go and apply for the Nathan's Hot Dog Championship Eating Contest? Let's see how many hot dogs you can eat within 10 minutes. HP, I got him. He's banned for 24 hours. Well, thank you for hitting him.
Good morning to you. Massive is not an overstatement. Let's just start with explaining how much this hack of CDK Global and this outage is impacting businesses.
It's hugely disrupted. CDK makes multiple different kinds of software programs. Some dealers resort to, the old-fashioned pen and paper manual writing of record, but that still makes some kinds of transactions really hard. They don't have the ability, for example, to handwrite a contract for a car. And so you have a lot of business being lost, a lot of orders not being able to be delivered, as well as, of course, all of the service that a lot of these dealers rely on warranties, for example. They can't get paid unless they have electronic documentation. So when you think about it, this is just tons and tons of time being lost that they will never get back, as well as potentially lots of lost sales that may never happen. So it's hugely painful for them.
Now, if I, Catherine, have no intention of going to buy a car, sell a car, have a car repaired, what's the impact beyond the year?
So the dealerships, let's say they sell, I don't know, typical dealers.
I wonder if he was from John Yates. John Yates's cronies.
One type of deal. That's a lot of money being held up, and the auto sector is a huge portion of the economy. So when you think about the scale of something like this is potentially billions and billions of dollars of revenue being lost in a really important sector. Consumer spending is a major driver of the economy. In fact, it is most of the economy as measured by GDP. So when you think about the knock-on effects, this could shave a healthy portion off of the
No,
growth.
no,
No. Depends on how long this tax goes on. It's only been about 10 days, and already, I've seen estimates
no,
about
no.
dollars worth of sales lost. And again,
But he
that's
shot at one.
in lots of other sectors throughout the
And
economy, given how interlinked the
I said
economy
the only
is
way
and
that
how
you could
important
shoot it is if it's threatening your livestock.
Cyber incidents here. Bloomberg has reported that the company is in negotiations with this
And
Europe-based
he still
hacker
claims that it was
outfit. They're demanding tens of
Yeah.
millions of dollars in
and it came right at that perfect time. I said, go ahead, get bit. You heard him.
You expect they'll just have to
I
pay
don't
up?
think I could have timed that any perfectly.
It's unclear, but that seems to be what some other companies have done in this situation.
But he tried to go down there and look for it.
This outfit, Black Suit, which is appears to be some sort of spin-off of a different Russia-linked hacking group, has already gone after, I've seen somewhere of upwards of 100 companies.
But the reason that I did, I put the camera on video is because every time, my phone would go off and I would click it back on, I would have to do my handprint. Not my handprint, my fingerprint. So I just said, let me go ahead, just let me do the video. Let me do a video. It won't shut off, which is so true. Damn, I don't think I pitched it just perfect. But if an alligator or a crocodile is threatening, or a snake is threatening your livestock, you have the right to shoot it. I know. Because the way that I see it, if the game warden says something, you can just say, it's threatening my livestock. And you have a right to shoot. You ain't gonna wait for a special license, or I know there's some people that's been on the list for years and they never got an alligator license.
It's the only FDA-approved treatment to slow GA and symptoms for you.
Don't take Syfovre if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eyes that may include pain and redness. Syfovre delivery can cause serious side effects, such as
Now,
eye infection and
don't be like
severe
my cousin
inflammation of vessels in the retina, which may result in severe vision loss. Wet AMD, eye
claimed that he's
and
the
increased blood
redneck
pressure.
crocodile
Most
hunter
common side effects are eye discomfort, wet AMD,
and tried to grab at the
blood pressure,
alligator.
and blood in
No.
the white of the eye. Tell
Mm-mm.
your doctor right away
No, no,
if
no,
you have any
no, no.
side effects.
This is the same nitwit that had a rattlesnake as a pet. That is also no no. There was a show. There is a show out called The Sheriffs of El Dorado County. I've seen this Friday. This was in one of the episodes. They had a call-in. They had a call-in about the stolen RV. And they found this stolen RV, and it was right behind a gas station. They go and they arrested the two females that was in there. And the male was in a car. They go and they ask for him to get out. That's how I think. But yeah. They asked for him to get out. He got out. And they go and no, they was about ready to search the car. And they said, "Is there anything that will poke me or stick me or probably kill me, or any type of drugs in the car?" This fella goes and he says, "I have a rattlesnake in the car." Okay. They go and they open up the back seat of the car. They hear this rattle. This damn snake was in a white container. I think a 5-gallon container, and it was shut. You talking about some police officers that shut the door real fast? Whoo-hoo! They shut the door real fast. I said, okay. Set that car on fire. That would have been me. And inside the RV, right at the door, they had, this person had, you know how them always use the fake snakes, the fake rattlesnakes, you know, after you kill them, you know, they get them taxidermied and stuff, which will never happen in my book. They had one inside the RV. Set that RV on fire too, please. I would be like, yep, I did it. I would be like, yep, I did it. I'd do it again. Anybody wants to cook some hot dog weenies, roast, have some s'mores, here's some sticks, here's some marshmallows, here's some weenies. We're gonna do a weenie roast here. Let's go. We're feeding the homeless here. I would have done it. Jenny, have no fear.
Historical documents that students must understand. understand, to have an appreciation and understanding of Western civilization. As you can imagine, there has been
Why you
intense
think I don't
pushback
go
on
walking
Walter's
right now?
statement. The group Americans United for Separation of Church and State says that Walters is abusing his power, that he is trampling religious freedom.
Because there are a
This
few
move
things
here
that
is unconstitutional.
I would
Other
share the
religious
road
groups are
with.
also saying that they're concerned about what this will
Snakes
mean
ain't
for
one
the
of them.
environment in the classrooms as well.
Alligators ain't one of them.
On very thin ice when it comes to the idea of religious freedom and the Establishment Clause of the Constitution.
This underlying assumption of the First Amendment.
And I went out, I mean, we didn't have to go far where Daddy said he'd seen this alligator.
Without fear
I know, yeah.
that my governmental institutions are going
Why
to
you think that there are people that like to walk in the malls and stuff? Duh, it's safe.
One particular religion, however, they do say that
And out here,
context of religion is okay.
people will snatch your ass up, but then we have people that that would drop off their dogs here. I think I got a little bit of protection, but not enough.
It's a historic weekend for the U.S. men's gymnastics team, led by a 20-year-old who says he is ready to bring home their first Olympic medal.
I'm ready for the Olympics. I am ready for the Olympics. You know my TV's going to be on NBC throughout, man. Throughout. I'm ready to see Simone Biles. I love the gymnastics team. I love the women's basketball team. Yeah, Asia Wilson. I love them.
Stop the itch sanity with Cortisone 10 for bug bites, poison ivy, and other itches. Cortisone 10 is #1 doctor recommended. It works fast and lasts for hours. Cortisone 10.
I love them. Can't wait. And you know when they passed the torch to Los Angeles at the end, oh, you know we ready. We ready. We ready. Yep, the Olympics. I'm ready for
Look in the Hotels.com app to find your perfect somewhere.
When we say it'll be on time,
I think after what happened in Atlanta, I don't think the Olympics will ever be back in Atlanta. I mean, yeah, which was sad.
Realtor.com only shows you homes for sale sourced directly from professionals.
But you know, Jeff Foxworthy had a time with that. He's like, the rednecks in Georgia. God, you know we're gonna screw that up. Listen to the there's what is it? Oh, I listen to Jeff Foxworthy every time he would it was at the redneck games in Georgia. Because he's from Georgia. He knows, man, he comes up with man, he's very famous of coming up with you might be a redneck if. And what was one of the saying? Instead of discus throwing, we're going to be throwing Ford hubcaps. And there ain't going to be a flame on it, that big on it, there ain't going to be that big of, how did it go? And we ain't going to have a flame on it that we ain't gonna have a flame that big on it, that big without a pig on it. I guarantee it. And what was another one? You know, when they release those doves at the opening ceremonies, there are gonna be guys in the parking lot with shotguns. Yeah. They're gonna have to cancel water polo after the first 2 or 3 horses drown. That's all I remember. I mean, it was just fun. It's funny how he said it, and it is so true. I mean, he can make fun. I mean, I can make fun of my own heritage. I can. He's real good. He makes millions. He makes millions. I mean, you have people like Jeff Foxworthy, Bill Engvall. You know, Bill Engvall's famous for "Here's Your Sign," which I still use that saying to this day. You know, it's a polite way of saying you're dumb. Here's your sign.
Today could become a Category 4 storm as it gets towards the Windward Islands. A Category 2 storm.
I mean, it is so true.
More than a month ahead of schedule for a hurricane to develop. 100 miles per hour winds right now.
I still have his very first album that he had out, but I still got the cassette tape. Yeah. I still have the cassette tape. My mama, I mean, it still sounds like it's brand new. My mom loved to listen to it, you know, because she loved how his son at the time, and I can't believe he's a grandfather, he couldn't say G.I. Joe, he would say I.G. Joe, and she always liked the way he said this joke. One day he opened up the back of a refrigerator and he found all his G.I. Joes in the back of the refrigerator, and it looked like an I.G. Joe prisoner camp. And he's like, the cats were in there saying, get in there, shh, no talking, no talking. And my mom, she would bust out laughing every time. So. Hey, Jules, when it comes to a curling iron, do not use this in any orifice. My God. And then you have, I don't know where he came from, but my mom, she does not like him. But I like him. Ron White. Ron Tater Salad White. Oh my God.
U.S. men's team trying to earn its first medal since 2008. Richard, who's a TikTok star, the crowd helped him get his Olympic bid.
I started off with a lot of weight, this is what decides everything. But then there's thousands and thousands of people just rooting for me in the crowds. Thank you guys.
Mm-hmm. He said the reason that he came up with this story was that he was at a bar drunk, and the bartender threw him out. He decided to start a fight, so they called the cops. And when the cops asked him for his name, he was like, he said that he was going to be a smart ass, and he said, well, they call me. No, how did it go? The police officer that was arresting him at the time knew him. And he was like, you know, they call me Tater Salad. So they go and they put his name down, Ron Tater Salad White. Well, a few years later, same thing happened. So they go and they run his name through the database, and it comes back. Is your name Ron Tater Salad White? You caught me. You caught the tater. So, my mom didn't like him because she was like, he's too vulgar. That's fine. I didn't criticize you when you was listening to Richard Pryor. But hell, I was little when Richard Pryor. My mom, hell, we snuck. We didn't have no problem listening to Richard Pryor. But yeah, she had a problem listening to Ron White. And what was another one? Larry the Cable Guy. Oh, hell yeah. Uh-huh. He didn't hold nothing back. Richard Pryor didn't hold nothing back. Neither did George Carlin. That's the king. The 7 dirty words you can't say on television.
Into violent hurricanes tonight.
Mm-hmm. Classic.
Pacific on CNN.
They wanted, Lorne Michaels wanted George Carlin to be a permanent host for Saturday Night Live when they first came out. But
As a cardiologist, when I put my patients on
I think he did like a few shows or
I
something.
also tell them to deplete their CoQ10 levels. I recommend taking Qunol CoQ10. Qunol has 3 times better absorption than regular.
But if you want to listen to a classic Saturday Night Live skit, look it up on YouTube, because I'm not saying it here. Word association, and that was from the very first Saturday Night Live. And that was with Richard Pryor and Chevy Chase. And I'm gonna take my medicine. Since the other fella had problems, I know you're watching, but we're going to have a little fun in your behalf since you're hidden, you know? You could watch, but you're hidden. Where do you want me to begin?
Car, take me home. Car, can you tell me sit down?
Of course, James.
Thank you.
You coming tomorrow, big boy.
That's right, James.
Oh, so those were classics.
Car, where are we going?
Computer isn't scary. Not an estimate it is. How are you with us? Nothing gets by you, James. NASDAQ 100 Innovators, 1 ETF. Before investing, consider the cost, investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Visit investor.com for prospectus for this information.
Get her done.
Politics Sunday with Bonnie Roger. Next on CNN.
Figuring out where to stay is an important part.
Made her.
I checked out some of the most colorful places to rest your head to find out why the city is number 5 on our list of the best American towns to visit. Along California's central coast lies the town of San Luis Obispo.
Cat Williams supposed to come back to Columbia next year in May. That's another comedian I love. I love Cat Williams.
Founded in 1958, the Madonna Inn is a sight to behold. Its eccentric decor is the brainchild of couple.
He came up with. I had this on my Spotify. It's on Spotify. I know that for sure. The time that he decided to get a motorcycle. Oh shit! Oh, I just laughed. I laughed so hard. Yep.
So Mr. Madonna loved the color pink. You'll see pink pretty much everywhere. You know, everybody looks good in pink.
Cat Williams is the best. Okay. And just remember how he got his start. I mean, he may have done underground comedy, but he got his start as I want to say it's not Money Money.
We are pretty much exactly halfway between Northern California. So
He was the pimp
the idea was
in Friday After Next.
you're not gonna make it in a day. That's where the Motel Inn came from.
He was, and then he went on to Wildin' Out with Nick Cannon.
Destination of its own.
We've got an amazing local wine scene, a local food scene.
And then he went off on his own.
A phenomenal downtown that's just a real pleasure.
But he's supposed to come back. They oh, and Martin's supposed to come in September, I think. Yeah, Martin Lawrence is supposed to come in September. I love me some Martin. I love me some Jeff Dunham too.
Other towns on our list, you can visit our website or scan the QR code right there on the screen.
If you hadn't seen Jeff Dunham live before, go to one. He is amazing. You can tell he loves to do what he does. And he's making millions. I mean, he signs these deals and, oh my God. Yeah, he still performs. He still performs. Like I say, he's coming here in September, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I've not seen the pandas and their exhibits there.
For the lines though, in DC, my God, it was like waiting at Disney.
Oh, so you've seen them?
To see pandas, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth it. They're just so cute and clumsy.
All right, I'll head up.
There you go.
Thank you so much for joining us. Inside Politics with Money Riser starts right now.
Take care.
What's another one I used to love to watch? Besides Jeff Dunham. I mean, I don't care how many times I see his comedy shows. I gotta watch. I gotta stop and watch. Me and Mama, we would stop and watch.
These tough questions. Do you think there should be a new candidate? While Trump basks in the fallout.
And John Yates, you quit talking about Jolene.
And repeats falsehood.
She's doing something for herself. What the fuck are you doing?
Plus, supreme suspense. A major decision looms.
You have to have guaranteed.
I wouldn't say you failed at life. You just failed as being a blogger.
A Trump ally readies for prison. Inside politics, fresh reporting from inside the court.
That's my opinion, and rightfully so.
Good morning. Welcome to Inside Politics Sunday. I'm Mona Rogers.
Yeah.
President Joe Biden and his team spent the weekend in a full-blown effort to contain the damage to his candidacy from Thursday's CNN debate.
And bitch, I ain't from Florence, buddy. I am from South Carolina, but not from there. And the only reason that you went to Florence, you went to Buc-ee's. You went to Buc-ee's, bitch. Fuck. You can make it anywhere. If you're in South Carolina, you can make it to Georgia within 2 fucking hours if you hit the interstate. And your dumb ass was on I-95. Oh, damn. You can hit I-95 and you can hit I-26. I-26, shit. Fuck.
I didn't have a great night, but neither did Trump. Now, Democrats are assessing the fallout, even as the drumbeat for Biden to drop out is getting louder, including from editorial boards, the New York Times.
It's a wonder you didn't get pew-pewed here.
And big-name commentators like Maureen Dowd, Tom Friedman, and David Remnick. But so far, publicly, elected Democrats are still standing by him.
Best candidate for you guys?
I think so.
I think Dumble is waiting for 90 minutes, barely answer some questions.
Well, he took it off.
And
Picked up his pace. Joe Biden beat Donald
Angela,
Trump.
them
Joe Biden beat
TLC
Donald Trump
checks,
again.
they're dried up, honey. They're gone. You're gone.
You don't think you'd be better off with a better candidate?
Absolutely not. I'm terrified of the fact that this man
They don't.
lied for 90 minutes. And
Who was I
showed
listening
he does
to?
not
Was it
have
Maria or
moral
was it
compass at all.
Cooch
That is what is
or
terrifying me this morning. That's all I have to say.
his mother said that she ain't seen them in 12 years.
Now, a lot to break down this morning.
Fuck.
Panel. CNN's Jeff Zeleny, Leanne Caldwell, The Washington Post. Dan Bowles, also at the Post.
I can't hit them high notes. I can't hit them high notes. I don't want to hit them high notes. But fuck.
We know the president is with his family at Camp David. We know this.
You're gonna miss her when she's gone.
From the outside,
You're gonna miss her when she's gone.
Biden campaign pretty regularly.
And it's harder when you lose a parent. It is harder when you're an adult than you are a little child. It is hard.
Sunday, he said he's meeting with his family at Camp David. That is a pre-planned meeting. They're actually doing a photo shoot this afternoon.
20 days, you could have done 20 days is like a fucking vacation.
How could it not?
We're gonna miss out on shit. No. Your dumb ass had to be on the run. Talking about waiting until weed gets legal in Florida. The fuck? A lawyer don't say that shit.
Still are coursing through the party. Have now given
Yep.
way to a couple
And it's bad enough when your own mother says that you lie all the damn time.
Try and find them out. A, is he going to be a drag on the ticket in House races, in Senate races? B, are his troubles going to expand the battleground?
You get mad. You get mad when people talk to Deadly. And Deadly, we may not get along because, hey, you talk about Cooch and talk about everybody else, and you know I'll get down your throat. But
That's what makes all of this not just heartbreaking, but very problematic. And
That's the issue.
he's young.
Absolutely. Again, you wrote about this in the Post yesterday, just about trying to how they wouldn't, you compare this to back what happened after Lyndon Johnson stepped down, and then the scramble, and then what happened there, the Republicans ended up winning the White House. But what's interesting
And Drazo. Is that your I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. When you have a 15-year-old
this is an email that went out to supporters last night.
saying the things that she said on camera. Yeah.
End of story. And if you were to drop out,
But Drazo, whenever you have
bunch of candidates who
a minor saying what she said
That's exactly the message
on camera,
drive home publicly and privately.
someone's going to pop her in the mouth.
To that public effort that they're doing,
because you know that there's a saying, you want to act grown, you're going to, if you want to act like a grown-up, you're going to be treated like a grown-up, you know? So that's what it is.
The reality is the process would be very, very difficult. I mean, I think if he
I know.
would voluntarily step aside,
Thank you.
my guess is that he would say,
I don't know, there is a skit going around where a son is coming up to his mother and says, now as you know, I'm going to be turning 18 next week. So here's, and there's going to be some changes here. I will not be, how did it go? I will not be responsible for your two sons anymore. My curfew is not at 10 p.m. It is now at 2 a.m. And
while people recognize the campaign's argument,
if you ever lay hands on me, it is not child abuse now. It is domestic abuse. Well, the mother comes back saying, and I'm going to have some changes on my own. I do not give rides to adults. What was the other one? If you come to this house past 10 p.m., you will be locked out because me and my kids will be asleep. You will be responsible on getting a job and paying for your half of your rent, light bill, utilities. And as far as me laying my hands on you, oh no, son, I'm not going to be laying my hands on you now. I will be throwing my hands on you. Are we clear?
A Muslim person who I know very well who said, "Oh, it's a difference between
I didn't say
a person
nothing.
who wants to kill us and a person
That would have been my mama.
And speaking about Gaza, with African Americans, so like, what's the difference?
That would have been my mama. My mama would have said the same thing. You want to act like you're grown? Go ahead.
It's not that they haven't locked in yet. It's that they really don't see the difference. Yeah, it's two old white guys who don't really
Go ahead.
represent them. We see this particularly with younger voters who say they're not excited about either one.
There's a sad, cruel world out there. You're going to find out the hard way.
The insiders were really upset and angry.
I just remember, I seen it the other day. It's a short that someone did, little stick formation, and it was just, oh, I remember that. I remember it. Oh, it was so funny.
Absolutely an issue. That's been an issue this entire campaign, even before Thursday night's debate. And it's not just voter
Me, let's try that with my daddy. Oh no. We may not get along on some things.
But the Biden campaign has, of late, been more worried about Jill.
But I do take care of my part.
She is on more state. So it's not just voter
I do pay for the light bill, not only at the house, but in the garage. I pay for that too. So if he wants lights, and if he wants air in the summer, heat in the winter, don't mess with me.
This is a real urgent moment for Biden, not just for the old party.
Don't mess with me because I'll swelter you in the summer and freeze your dumb ass in the winter. But he come in here yesterday, and I knew that the phone lines were down. They were down all over here. And I said, you know, and he came up and saying, you know, the phone's not working, and And I said, yes, and everyone around here is having problems with their phone. It's not just here, it's everybody else. You see, he pays for the house phone. He pays for the water bill, which he goes down and pays for the water bill himself, and he pays for his own cell phone bill, which he goes to Verizon and pays for that. And he pays. Oh, damn, I had to do this last month. Oh shit. The phone bill was, hey, what's up? The phone bill was a little bit higher. He missed the payment and he didn't know it. I mean, he's like, I paid for it. I go and I call them up. You know, he pays for it with his cell phone, and where he paid for it, he does not get good service. So it cut him off before it accepted the payment. It's like he didn't pay for it. And I told him, I said, you didn't pay for it. I paid for it. No. When you pay for it over the phone, be sure you're in a good area. Where you work at is not a good area. Hello? The only thing that I'm responsible for is the light bills for both the house and the garage, my internet, and my cell phone bill. That's it. That's all I pay for. And I make sure that as soon as my money drops in my account, which Friday it didn't drop until 8:30, but I had I called the light company ample amount of time in order to get a estimate. And I paid for those. And I paid for my internet to be turned back on. And I paid for my cell phone bill. The rest, I ordered little things from Amazon, which wasn't much. My Walmart, which wasn't much there either. And I put some money on my Lyft account in case I want to go somewhere. Now the other monies, the other card that don't go into effect until tomorrow, and I'm gonna see if I can get my hurricane walking cane, which I don't want. And if my insurance pays for it, if I could pay for it off of my card, it'll be amazing. Because there's vitamins and stuff I done got another box of vitamins already ready. But I'm going to see if I can do it. And they're like $34. The walking canes are $34. I mean, $35, I think. Well, it says FSA and FHA, it covers it. I'm thinking,
turmeric.
but
Turmeric
then again, I'm
helps with
not
muscle
sure.
joints and inflammation support. And Cunol has
Not
the
with
number
my
one doctor recommended form of turmeric. Cunol.
not with the card that I get put on once a month. I want to go. It's bad. It's bad enough I done already got my little order started up for Starbucks, and I hadn't placed in the order yet.
And saving to give back to local producers.
But I want to go to Starbucks this week and
Like
just
investing in everyone's dinner table. Bank with SoFi to earn a higher
sit down and just
SoFi.
do a live. Do a live from Starbucks, which will be amazing. I wanted to go to Walmart in West Columbia because I used to work there and just sit and watch the people go by. But then I had a change of heart the very last minute and canceled that Lyft ride. Because you can cancel it up to 24 hours before your scheduled ride. And I canceled it yesterday. Yeah. I mean, like, I got walking canes. I just want a hurricane. I just want a hurricane. I told my dad yesterday, I said, as soon as we came back in, I wanted to look at Jake's. I wanted to look at Jake's. I mean, how do I say? I look at Jake's pen every time, and it feels so weird not to see him there. He's like, I know.
Call it a crisis of confidence in the Democratic Party. Members plainly worried that President Biden
It feels so weird.
and holding on to power.
And where Daddy buried him at is at the catfish pond.
Of the House. With a daunting map, all Democrats already
I'm
face
kind
an
of
uphill battle
open to
on the
that.
Senate. The House could come down to about 20.
That's where Daddy thinks the alligator went.
Message from a lot of Democrats is this.
Oh,
We're
God.
not your don't tie it to Biden's. If Biden is the president, as your nominee, does it make it harder to keep the House?
Congress, you know how I am. I lead my district based on me. I'm out there. I work my district. I help deliver my district for other candidates too. So one night does not. It
Doesn't cost you the House.
No, one night is not going to cost us the House.
All right, Leanne, you've been talking to a number of House Democrats. They've had some reaction. When they're not on camera, their actions a little blunter, shall we say. You have some choice quotes here.
Daddy still claims that he thinks that this is the same alligator that he shot at.
Loud and unanimous. Now we go home and hear it in person on July 4th.
He shot at more than one time.
I mean, the real fear is that
No, I know my daddy ain't no crack shot, but damn.
if there are concerns that can pick up us the ticket, that's what the calls for it to drop.
But he said this one was solid black as
Absolutely,
that is.
and we also have to watch polling too. Those
You
really
sure?
intensified calls for him to drop out too.
I said,
But there's multiple
how
concerns here. These Democrats obviously do not
tall
want
was it?
to be the nominee.
Oh, it's about your height, and I said,
to the
I'm
democracy.
5'10".
But they're worried about their own races as well. I had heard
One of the neighbors took a picture of it.
Thursday night, still in
And he didn't
that
think
there
about
could be
this
a group of
until
Democrats that
yesterday.
would actually come forward and publicly and call for Biden.
But
to drop out. I'm not sure where that stands.
he didn't think
now,
about taking a picture with his camera.
to keep people on their side. But these
But
Democrats are
last night he wanted me to go down there and bring my camera to take a picture of it. I said, okay, let's go. I go dressed like this, you know, and I wear shorts. And I said, let's go. I put on my shoes. I said, oh, let's go. Let's go. Pull the car around. Let's go.
I think that still could be
And that's when I put the camera on because I said, damn, if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get a camera shot. I'm going to take a camera shot and a video shot because this sucker's going to go. Yeah. Okay.
In the Democratic primary, you had a self-funded white guy candidate, David Trump, whose argument was, I may not be who you want, but I am who you need, right? Like it was sort of a Biden argument. I'm who you need to be the Republican. Didn't win. African-American woman won. Now she's 11 points up over the Republican, who was a very popular Republican governor, very independent. Larry Hogan, he's a person who even Donald Trump endorsed. He said, I don't want it.
Let me make some more coffee.
In the state,
Be right back.
Why? Because her argument was, if you don't ask for who you want, you'll never get who you want, and I'm who you want. And that argument is prevailing. So I really do think it depends on where you are, respect of the candidate on his own, or her own, and whether there's enthusiasm for that candidate. I think that theory still prevails.
Yeah, and that's the theory that a lot of the Democrats who are in these swing districts hope will prevail come November. One of them is from New Jersey, Mike Michelle. I asked him about do you have confidence in Joe Biden as your party stopping the after last night?
I think it was a rough night, but I think what really stood out to me was the fact that Trump denied 3 times that he would suffer the rest of the child and was free to go, and that he is proud of the insurrectionists. I think that's a man who will not stand up for democracy.
And Hakeem Jeffries, the Democratic leader, went on to tell reporters on Friday, said, we're going to do everything we need to do as the House Democrats to win. Talking about House Democrats. Really, the overall issue here is that they're trying to separate themselves out from the top ticket. Is that affecting? Can they do that in this election cycle?
It's going to be very, very difficult. But yes, to some extent they can. And they can, they can do it in subtle ways. They can do it with where money is spent.
I'm going to
National Committee ultimately does things.
fill up.
The Senate Committee and the House Committee do. There are ways to do it, but the first.
I'm not going to brag.
The first
not break my
rule
machine.
for somebody like Jeffers is protect your own people, not the president. But the answer to the question is, how bad will it look in 10 weeks? Everybody's going to be watching those polls. Maybe they won't move that much, but if they move a little bit, then you're going to get another round of it. But then you're that much closer to the
Roast! Yeah, motherfucker.
Before we jump in, just to the point that I think that they're making about less the ticket, trying to bring up Biden top the ticket. Just look at Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. The Senate Democratic candidates are, for example, up a small number, and then down those numbers. Can the Democratic candidates lift out Biden on November?
It certainly is possible. In a state like Wisconsin, Tammy Baldwin obviously is her own brand there. She's been very well known in Wisconsin, good service. I have my eye on Minnesota. What does this do to Minnesota? We kind of think of as the reddest blue state, if you will. And in 2016, Trump narrowly lost to Hillary Clinton. It was a bit wider in 2020. But Amy Klobuchar on the ballot in Minnesota, could she help lift Biden up? Perhaps, but I think that does not get at. I mean, if you're there by the fall, then the Biden campaign has some serious issues. But a bigger thing is, I'm not sure that voters, I mean, as Michelle was saying earlier, they sort of see them the same. I hear that all the time as well. And are people as afraid of a second Trump term as the Biden campaign would like them to be? I'm not sure about that. I hear that from voters all the time. Oh, we survived one. There's not much difference. Let's move on. So the problem for the Biden campaign is keeping enthusiasm on that. People not even go to third party, maybe they just won't vote. So there are many, many deep questions here. But again, President Biden is at the center of it all, regardless of the New York Times and other papers, which he has respected over the years. This is a decision he has to make. And again, no evidence as we sit here today on Sunday that he's anywhere near changing.
I want you to just watch how Biden's changed over the years since the 2012 debate, the 2020 debate, the 2024 debate, and the debate voters will look fast.
It's been done before. It's just like we're proposing.
It has never been done before.
It's been done a couple of times.
It has never.
January lower tax rates increase. Ronald Reagan.
Between 750 and 1,000 people day or night. When he was presented with that number, he said, here's
And I put in some more coffee grinds in my container. So.
We pay attention to that. I'm not convinced that the people who are the least interested, interested in this kind of thing are paying attention to that. I think what they're paying attention to is my life better, right? And
I got on Folgers French roast ready to bake. Done day or tomorrow. This is my third cup, and this will be my last cup.
They're not going to make this campaign about Biden's age. They want to make it about immigration and inflation and some of the things that Trump said in that debate beyond the lies that he told consistently, which is that your life is better under me than it is under Joe Biden.
Yeah, the question is, get Biden in case there was a thief. Obviously struggled to do that on Thursday. All right, next. We know what elected officials think, but what about actual voters?
I know John went live last night. I can't listen to his voice.
My hair is thinning all around my hairline.
My dermatologist recommended Nutrafol.
I cannot listen to John's voice. I'm sorry.
My hair is longer, thicker.
Nutrafol is life-changing for me.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com.
Switch to Shopify so you build it better,
And
scale it faster, and sell
is it true what I've heard about him? He's against
to the next stage when you switch to Shopify.
other people that are in the LGBTQIA plus community.
Frog tape comes off. When all the swatches, samples, prep, and pride depend upon Frog Tape's best-in-class paint block technology to keep paint out and keep lines sharp, from long stretches of baseboards to complicated corners around windows
Okay.
to craft molding that will
And
what ring should we paint next? Frog Tape, when it matters most.
it's against other people that have
AG1 works to
an
upgrade
accent.
your health routine. By combining many
Does your
quality
husband have a accent? Has a southern accent that comes out when you're pissed? Trust me, honey. Mine comes out when I'm pissed.
Get the rest to be your best with non-habit-forming ZzzQuil. Better days
But yet,
start with ZzzQuil nights.
you love his. You hate other people's.
Dealdash.com. The fair
Make that make sense.
This iPad sold for less than $43. This KitchenAid mixer sold for less than $26. A 4K television for under $2. A MacBook Pro for under $16. This PlayStation 5 sold for less than $1. And brand new cars for less than $900. Dealdash.com offers hundreds of auctions every day. All auctions start at $0 and everything must go. And don't forget, we offer a full 90-day money-back guarantee on your first big pack purchase.
I want these Bluetooth headphones for $20.
I got these 3 suitcases for less than $40.
In real, I had more
Go to
respect for you.
Dealdash.com today and see how much you can save.
I have not been into your lives for a while. But don't talk about Brooke. Brooke is a damn good nurse.
And when I'm gone, God, what do you have?
Doesn't count. What you need
Yeah.
is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. For as low as $199, you can quickly create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. 10 and 2 bucks. Start your will at trustandwill.com and make it count.
But when Real and John got together and they said something about Brooke, no, fuck you and fuck you too. But John is using you, Real, because you got subscribers. May not be you the ones that watching, but you got subscribers. And that's what John does not like. I'm not like most creators that has to buy views that has to buy subscribers, which is against TOS, to make a name for myself. You know, I don't have to.
For all the talk about how much damage the debate may have done to
I
President
could
Biden's re-election chances,
do whatever
the
I
answer
want
will become clear
and
in
let it
recent
sit there.
weeks.
And if it
CNN poll taken with debate watchers
gains
like
traction,
Adam
yes. If not,
viewers
so what?
won the night. His margin more than 30 points. So what exactly will that mean? To help answer that question, I'm joined with Democratic pollster Margie O'Merrill and Republican pollster Brent Buchanan. Thank you both for coming in. So in that CNN flash poll, there said 14% of debate watchers were reconsidering the vote. 5% had changed their mind. So, Margie, you're a Democratic pollster. What are you looking at polling that's going to be coming in? What are you going to be most concerned about as you examine these numbers and how they may move?
Yeah, it's
And leave your cracked elf alone. She is way talented than you, and she's going to Harvard.
Views on
Now.
people on the debate are very different from views on how your own vote may change. And the fact that even a poll of debate watchers, which, if I'm not mistaken, that poll was a little bit more Republican just by the nature of who was watching the debate. That was in the methodological note about that poll.
Hey, what's up?
Most of those voters said that it wasn't changing their mind. And that wasn't testing them on the vote. It's just, would you consider somebody else? So all the polls that I've seen, it's Sunday. Debate was Thursday. There haven't been a lot of polls since then.
I do have Nightbot.
Friday. So those are folks who are.
And whenever they times people out, they time them out for like 5
how
seconds.
they feel and consistent coverage, and we're going to see how this changes. It may have an effect. It may not have an effect. I watched debate kind of differently than I think most people did, and then I was in focus groups on a different topic altogether on debate night. I watched a day of coverage. Then I watched the live focus groups that all the different networks did, and then I watched the debate. I don't think anybody's doing that order. But when I watched those focus groups, people who were watching it live without
And John,
coverage,
I don't threaten to put people's minor kids
I don't know what we're going to see
on corn sites.
but we should think about these different pieces differently.
Yeah. So how do you see it?
Well, if you look at the CNN poll specifically, there was a voter segment that really stuck out. It was ticked off, diverse, young, working class voters. And that's the segment that we had to
There's a lot of
as being key to this election.
communities that I've been into, and they use
That
Nightbot.
actually doesn't tune into a whole lot of what's being said anyways. And they're not watching the debate, they're watching what's said about the debate afterwards.
I want you both to weigh in on what the Biden campaign has said about this. First thing, let's talk about
And a bug's not going to get along, so one bug's got to go.
Biden campaign.
You know, one bug's got to go.
She said if we do see changes in polling in the coming weeks, it will not be the first time that overblown media narratives have driven temporary dips in the polls. They went on to say media coverage of Obama's first debate performance were driven by a temporary drop in polling. They said it's because fewer Democrats were answering their phone calls.
And I hope that Deadly does beat your ass, you and Drazos.
I think this hurts Biden some on the dip.
Okay.
I don't think it adds a whole lot to Trump's ballot share. But what we have to realize is we're in a hyper.
Oh, I want to say that Drazos, the Wish version of Jason Momoa,
And speaking of the debate,
or the Wish version of Roman Reigns. But you'll never be like Roman Reigns, honey. No. I have respect for him.
in 2008.
I have respect for the bloodline, you know. Damn. You know.
I don't know. I think that's too early.
You're not him, you'll never be him.
Democratic respondents to polls the same way we
So,
think of
move along.
folks who are talking about who are answering questions about debate. But I do think that people want to make their voice heard, and making sure we have respondents who are not just the folks who like to take surveys, but the folks who don't like to take surveys. That's
And quit talking about Ann Graham. Please do. Quit talking about her. She can do whatever she wants. She can go to any chat that she wants.
We'll call people who are reluctant to answer the phone multiple times and look at the people who break off in the middle of the survey. And people will say, oh wait, I don't want to be part of this and drop off.
how are they different? Looking at how those people are different by age or region or something else. And that's how you get a picture of response rate and whether that's happening. Because it's not just about the overall vote share. We're looking at both turnout and persuasion. Getting your base excited and also persuading the folks who, are double haters or Republicans who are unfavorable for Trump. We talked about this last week. Double haters want Trump, good Trump. So I think there's a lot that people need to sit through, and it's going to take a little bit.
If I was you initially do this campaign, I was very clear on Thursday. This is just practical before about 75% of voters.
Let me pull this down. Because because I'm done. John, do a favor. Tell everyone the real truth on why you left Skylar's apartment. Is it the fact that Skylar
Trump's not really reaching out.
got so pissed at you
And that's another thing that's important.
and Cody that she kicked you out because you destroyed a child's bunk bed? Oh, you evil, evil bitch. I mean, yeah, you are a bitch. And why your hags is paying for your hotel room in Matthews, North Carolina. You want to explain that? Because it looks like the day's in. It looks like the day's in. In Matthews, North Carolina. Ain't no way your dumb ass went to Florida.
After using Smile Active, my teeth are the whitest they have ever been. My teeth are sensitive, and most add a whitening kit.
Ain't no reason, man.
Smile Active is designed to whiten teeth without causing pain.
And Tony would not be the one to call.
Smile Active couldn't be any easier.
Would not be the one to call the cops.
And then brush like normal, morning and night. Smile Active becomes a powerful microphone with patented polyclean technology to gently penetrate enamel surface and safely lift and remove stains without strips, without gimmicky goop, and without going to the dentist. 100% of users saw whiter teeth, up to 8 shades whiter in just 2 weeks.
I never thought that whitening my teeth could be so easy. I just put the gel on the brush, the toothpaste on it, brush, and I can see my white teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Smile Active's new Pro Whitening
And the day's in is a cheap motel.
greater whitening power, clinically shown
Motor Lodge. Motor Lodge Inn.
on veneers, crowns, and dentures.
I eat the blueberries, I drink the coffee, and I know that Smile Actives will keep my teeth white every day.
Smile Active's
You mean
Pro Whitening Gel
Cody drove in a hoopty. In a hoopty.
is buy one, get one free offer, plus free shipping.
Because there ain't no way.
To order, call 1-800-818-3625.
Scan the code or go to smileactives.com.
This is after using Smile Actives, and you can really see how white my teeth are now next to myself.
But the reason that he went to Florence is because he went to Buc-ee's. He went to Buc-ee's.
Within 60 days for your money back. To claim this buy one, get one free offer with free shipping,
Call 1-800-818-3625.
scan the code or go to smileactives.com now.
1 second, feel safe. And then, well, you still do.
The temperature breeze makes
It's talking about, I don't know where we're going to live at now. Don't come to South Carolina. We don't want you. We don't want you. I'm all around, buddy. Not gonna tell you where I'm at. And you don't think that someone has the clip of you threatening other creators, threaten their lives, threaten to cut their brake line, which you did that to my daddies. It's gonna be like boop boop. And you want to know why they don't want nothing to do with him? Well, like I said, you're going to be the one crying if something ever happens to her. You're going to be the one crying, wringing your hands and crying. And the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, it's not going to help. And anyone could get that shirt that says sheriff in the back. Look it up on Amazon. Anyone could get it.
So I have two legal experts joining me now to break it all down. Senior legal analyst.
And Rakin, you're a piece of shit too.
Thank you guys for joining me. Appreciate it. All right, so obviously huge week that we just will have major ramifications for years to come. Tomorrow, the immediate decision.
You're gonna get yours too. You're gonna get yours too, baby girl.
What do you expect? There's a broad consensus on the Supreme Court, I think, to send it back to the trial court to figure out the distinction between what is a private act
and John,
and what is an official act of the presidency.
If you mention anyone's name, they don't want a damn thing to do with you. You better put some respect behind that name. Otherwise, shut fuck up.
Right? Because to answer those questions, they're going to have evidentiary hearings, which is going to take an extremely long time. Then after those hearings and those findings are made, they may move to appeal again.
Hey Bradley, how you doing?
Very unlikely that this case will ever see a jury anytime soon.
And so they won't just uphold the lower court's decision and allow the case to go forward. That just seems
highly unlikely given what we've heard in oral argument. I don't know what Elliot thinks about that.
To be clear, they could have resolved this back in December.
Oh, and Just Beetle, Nightbot's got a hold of William one time. I don't think William's been back in my chat anymore.
Based on the question, I think probably 6 of the 9, if not more, they seem to be flirting with the idea that this is really the trial judge will figure out. And as that potentially could get delayed, the case tomorrow being January 6th, and after Silver trying the election, what about the other federal case that dealing with allegedly how Donald Trump?
Because I believe that when William types, he types in all caps.
Allowing a number of these hearings to move forward and delaying moving forward with this trial. She defended herself on Thursday, saying,
Oh, I'm sorry, Bradley. I'm just on my soapbox this morning. We just got a failed blogger that is pretty much going after everybody. So. But it seems like every time that either Cooch goes live or Heidi goes live or Brooke goes live, he goes live. And if Heidi says don't bring up his name in her chat, please don't bring up his name in her chat. She's not interested. The what? Oh, I'm getting you the wrong way. I'm getting you the wrong way.
So when the criticism is, well, this is undue delay, I think there is validity there we're faced with well-settled legal precedent.
Yeah, what is the argument for her to allow for all these hearings? Is there a valid one?
No. Well, let's put it this way. A quirk of our system is that you're stuck with the judge you get. Barring extreme circumstance, the judge would have to be willing
And I hadn't
so outside of the law that even
I hadn't heard from Seabiscuit in a while.
and judges serve for life.
Thank you.
Until
Until my name is brought up in certain situations, and or they bring up my friends, my online friends' names in certain situations, and then we go off. Mod 148 knows what I'm about too. She went off on me in a community post, a deadly post, and I went off on her respectfully.
Of course, was convicted after defying a congressional subpoena with contempt of Congress charges. The House Speaker advocated on his behalf, actually intervened to try to prevent him from going to jail. The House Republicans did. I asked Jim Jordan, who's the House Judiciary Committee,
and that's when Deadly called me an MF and B.
I was one of the four people stood up at the time on the floor and defended Steve Bannon and said this was wrong.
Later on that day,
You're only doing this because he's a Trump house.
that came off.
It's ridiculous.
Yep, I was gonna say 148. Yeah, hideous.
Steve Bannon has been treated very fairly.
There's certain things that you could say to people and not cuss at them.
He was referred for prosecution. He was indicted. He was then tried.
It's not that people don't understand how to be nice. It's just that
Appealed that conviction, and his sentence was stayed.
be respectful.
He didn't have to go to jail immediately like most defendants because
See, what I do now is well, I'm waiting to hear on this. I always say this when I first meet some people. I'm an amputee. And I know my place. My place is to be kind to one another, but if you say things that are out of the ordinary, it's going to be my job. Williams syndrome. What is that? I heard of Guillain-Barré. And see, with that right there, I mean, I'm a I don't know if you've heard of this. I don't want to use saying that she's a creator, but she's really a piece of shit. She goes by the name of Just Jules. She has made fun of the way that I look. Well, here's the thing. I am. You have, okay. She has made fun of amputees, of the way that people look. And the thing is that with her, she's not perfect neither. She's not perfect neither.
Certainty matters, like the certainty of Ford Imprint. Your home
And
promotional gear, including exclusive
right now, this is really gonna piss her off. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn who this pisses off, because I'ma just be me and be me alone. What I've been doing is that I am a peer volunteer for the Amputee Coalition, and I will be, along with my prosthetist and his group, we're hoping to do this with the local hospital, have a amputee support group, and I asked him if it's okay for me to, whenever they do get this together, to bring up what if some of them are creators and having to deal with
An alternative to pills, Voltaren is
online bullying,
arthritis pain relief gel.
which would work both ways.
Target the source of pain with non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medicine directly at the source. Voltaren, the joy of
And he said yes,
Everybody wants super
because he
safe
knows that
pills.
I am
They want
a
that
you.
Hollywood
I'm on
white
YouTube,
smile. New Sensodyne Clinical White invites 2 shades whiter teeth
and
24/7.
I said don't make me bring up names, because that'll happen.
It's gonna help a lot of patients.
When the sawdust settles and the engine roars, the thing
Yeah.
you care about is a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels different. Your wallet. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
And I'm very proud of Terry Lynn.
With the Helio Air Broom, the lightweight, flexible broom that's sweeping the nation. Watch, ordinary brooms only get half the mess, but Air Broom
God has got you on a mission.
to lift and grip and leave nothing behind. And with the Helio dustpan,
Hey, Tina.
for pets, it's the best. Just look how easily pet hair goes right out of carpets. Big messes, small
But
messes,
God's got Terry Lynn on a mission,
Helio gets calm and rinses clean every time.
and she's bringing in
Your money back guarantee.
viewership,
Your ultra flexible Helio Air Broom at helioairbroom.com for just $29.99. Or call
which aggravates a whole bunch of people.
absolutely free. Plus the Helio
But
Mini.
how she always says it is so true. Go where you celebrate it.
That's right. You get it all. A $60 value for only $29.99. So order now.
It's you, Victory. It's any of us.
I don't think that would be so you get to die. House of the Dragon. Distributed exclusively on Max.
Closed captioning brought to you by Guild.
Mhm.
Today for up to 70% off designer brands.
Guilt has the
I'm
design
super
and
proud of her.
pricing. At Insider Prices, new every day, covering those
And JY doesn't like that.
70% off. Shop Guild.
Oh,
It has been a very partisan week, as it usually is, on campaign trail and on Capitol Hill. But there was a moment
it's harder when you're older, when you lose someone, than it is
largest office building. To a feat of bipartisanship,
when you're
Capitol
little.
serves as a vivid reminder to thousands of Americans who made the ultimate sacrifice in the years following the September 11th.
It is very hard.
A brand new redesigned Wall of the Fall memorial now sits in the Rayburn House office building's entrance. Displays the names of 7,054 fallen U.S. service members who gave their lives fighting the global war on terror. Republican Congressman Brian Stiley chairs the House Administration Committee, and the panel's ranking Democrat Joe Morelli helped lead the efforts, along with other members as well. Reminds me of the Vietnam
It is
War.
very hard when you lose someone when you're older than you do when you're younger. When you're younger, you would
Every once in a while, the lawmakers said it's easy
you
to come together.
the loved ones will be afraid that
We talk about the freedoms
they're
we
not
have,
going
like
to.
what we enjoy as Americans. We really need to
I
reflect on the fact that we
was
would not have those if men and women
see, I lost my mom
and to defend those freedoms.
March the 12th of 2020.
You know, Lincoln's great words.
I'm 48.
The last full measure of devotion to this nation. We wouldn't be able to enjoy this.
And things that they don't teach us in high school is how hard it would be to take care of a loved one. I mean, they don't teach you that. How many hats that you would have to wear when you are a caregiver. You have to be the pharmacist. You have to be the cook. You have to be, well, I was the chauffeur until 2017. And
Together, City and the World Food Program empower families across the globe.
I didn't lose my license, you know. I got very sick one time, and when I got sick, I ended up in the hospital. And while I was at the hospital, I got a hold. I mean, I not got a hold. They gave me two different types of medications I didn't know I was allergic to, and it cooked me from the inside out. So I had to be transferred from one hospital to the Augusta afterwards. I did not want to put pressure on my leg because I still had an open wound to where um, I wasn't healing as properly. So I just decided not to drive. I mean, I didn't give up my license or anything, but there was no way for me to not walk.
Guaranteed to extend the life of your current roof by 5 to 15 years at a fraction of the cost of a new roof.
Uh-uh.
Max's deep penetrating
I
power,
tried my best
stability, and water protection.
until
Nobody wants to replace
5 weeks after my mom passed, and I couldn't stand. I couldn't stand up, and when I did stand up, my leg would get so red, and I couldn't keep anything down, not even water. So I went to the emergency room. They admitted me in that night, and that's when they come to realize after they did an MRI on my leg, to find out I didn't have no bones in my right foot. So in order to fit me for prosthesis, I mean, I had two choices: um, clean out the foot, which wouldn't guarantee me saving my foot within 6 months, and I would be back in the hospital for an amputation, or go ahead with the amputation. And I said, just they thought that I needed a minute to myself, but I got on the phone with my dad and I said, "This is what's going to happen. I'm gonna go ahead with the amputation, and I got this." So we went ahead with the amputation, but they amputated a little bit farther up so they could fit me with the prosthesis. So I did lose my leg below the knee. And um, I hate to say this, but when I lost that limb, it it got better. you know, my blood sugars got better because I am a diabetic, and
Damage control panic sweeps the Democratic Party as top officials scramble to freeze the
it
fallout from President Biden's debate performance.
it happened in a weird way. Like I said, it was 5 weeks after my mom passed.
President's most prominent supporters, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Congressman Jim Clyburn, are next. And the path ahead as calls
Every girl's a super girl. I'm gonna be like JoJo Siwa.
that would
I'm
cause
gonna be like JoJo Siwa.
the win. Will lawmakers agree?
Stay the course. Chill out.
Our panel of experts is here to
She is
discuss.
amazing.
Plus, victory lap. After a torrent of debate falsehoods, former President Trump calls it a win.
We had a big
Fuck you!
Did he convince
I got to say that.
Senator Lindsey Graham will be here.
Oh, dude. Hell no. I'm gonna get you, Lindsay. And you from South Carolina.
Is at an inflection point. President Joe Biden is in Camp David today.
But see, this is what
Gathering. It comes as he faces pressure from panicked
she is.
Democrats to reconsider his re-election bid.
I look at it like this.
Concerns about his capabilities
Every little
in
thing
presidential debate.
that my mom likes,
Biden's campaign brushed off those concerns.
I mean, she likes hummingbirds, and I see her when I do that.
To step aside, as top campaign officials argued the panic is coming
She
from,
is
quote,
everywhere.
the bedwetting brigade and the
Even when it
Beltway
rains,
does
when
not
it's
reflect voters' views. Biden
when I
himself
do
told
something
local
proud,
voters in New Jersey yesterday,
which I
quote,
think is
"I
proud.
understand the concern.
But like I said,
I get it.
last
I
year
didn't
it
have the
never
right night,
rained
but
on my
I'm going to
birthday
be
until last
bipartisan."
year.
And a senior campaign official told me that the
And I don't
president
look
has not
at it
wavered
as
in
a
his belief
sad
his candidacy is the only
situation.
path forward for his party. His campaign warned
I look
that
at it like this. My
email that
mom is
replaces
proud of
Biden
me of
with another
what
Democrat
I'm
would
doing.
cause chaos and be,
And this
quote,
is her way of
highway
showing.
to losing.
Because I was at the Waffle House on my birthday. Now, damn. Ain't nothing wrong with eating at the Waffle House. No, honey, no.
Of South Carolina. Thank you so much for joining me, sir. I want to just
And fuck you too, Lindsey Graham.
You are a very close confidant of President Biden. You played a critical role in helping him.
Even my mom would say that. You know.
You say Democrats need to, quote, chill out. So are you saying you have absolutely no?
Why don't you chill out, Lindsey? God, ooh, you know I can't stand him.
The leader of the free world for the next 4 years.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Oh, that ain't Lindsey Graham. I'm sorry.
Joe Biden has a problem leading for the next 4 years because he's done a great job of leading for the last 3.5 years. I always say that the best predictor of future behavior is past performance. And when we look at the past performance,
I hate Lindsey Graham. There is something about Lindsey Graham. My mom told me about this.
what their future behavior would be.
Oh, God.
So Joe Biden should continue to run on his record.
Lindsey Graham cheated on his wife.
That we will find him and contrast it with the record of the 4 years of Trump to be exactly.
Thank you, Tina.
Going forward.
I don't put up with no one's bullshit. I don't put with no one's bullshit. Oh, and let's not talk about Joe Wilson. Please don't. Let's not talk about him. You know who Joe Wilson is. He's also from South Carolina.
Not that interested in voting for Donald Trump and we're considering voting for Joe Biden, say, look at that and say, I just don't see it. I don't want to vote for him. What do you say to them?
I would say to them, take into account the record. Yes, it was a bad performance.
It was a bad performance on both sides. But that's just one debate.
What I call preparation overload. And that's exactly what was going on the other night. I saw Joe Biden rapping for words and phrases and even numbers that he was loaded up with. The next day, he gets
I'm too much like my mama. I'm too much like her.
And that's what we should do. You know, the debate preparation can be tough. But you got.
I got both of my mama and my daddy's mouths. My daddy's got short temper. Guess what? The older my mama got, the more short tempered she was.
But with style, with deflection, and the kinds of things that we did not see.
But there is a situation, and me and my dad, we talk about this.
I believe on Friday,
God
North Carolina,
forbid.
we had a teleconference.
But
I want to ask about something that you mentioned late last week, which is that you intended to have a conversation.
when my grandmama died,
Did you talk to him? And if so, was there any discussion at all about
she let's see right now. Okay, here's how it is. And here's how, I think that I don't know how it is, but whenever grandmama died, the land would be split up between the surviving siblings, which altogether she had 5, but 3 of them passed away. My Uncle Glenn, Mama, and this December will be 2 years. My Aunt Jean passed away. So it just leaves 2 sisters. And I said, how does it work, if it went with how the land would be split up now? I mean, it should go if the siblings had kids, it should go to them. Which my living aunt has two. Yeah, has two. My other living aunt, she has one grandson. And then there's me, and I'll take over every damn thing. And then you have my aunt who passed away. She's got 4 kids. So I was just wondering, how does it go? And I told Daddy, I said, I know that Grandmama's got a will somewhere, unless she ripped it up and had it redone again, because she had it redone twice. She ripped it up the first time. We took her to what we thought it was Just Us Peace and have it, no, not Just Us Peace, Notary Public, and had it redone over again, because the living sibling was supposed to get $1 out of love and affection. And we're not talking about Nelson. We ain't talking about that song, I Can't Live Without Your Love and Affection. But she went ahead and put that in there, and me and Mama was there. Because I took them. I took them twice. I took her twice because Mama, she couldn't drive, because with her having the strokes and
Joe Biden has a history of stuttering. He did that as a child. All of us know how stutterers operate. I went to school with one. So when you have trouble getting out a word, that is what comes from stuttering.
Yes.
When he expressed opinions, he was on the money with the opinions. He may not have gotten the word out, but the thoughts were great.
And Trump, if I ever hear you make fun of someone who is stuttering, trust me, you better stick to your truth platform, because I'm gonna stick to my ex. Don't try me. I do too.
I'm for Biden Harris in this campaign, and I will look at. I'm sure.
That's when Mama Bear comes in the good mode. That's when Mama Bear comes in the mode 110% of the time.
I want to quickly give you the opportunity to respond to something that Donald Trump said on the debate stage about undocumented migrants.
And when's Donald Trump going to go to jail? I want to know this shit.
It could be 19 and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs and they're taking Hispanic jobs.
What's your reaction to that?
Yes, Joe Biden has been talking about this. He's mentioned it the other night. Donald Trump is being Donald Trump. He has a very, very, very.
I just want to know when Donald Trump's going to go to jail. For covering up for Stormy Daniels. Come on. Damn.
All of his life. And I would like to hear from some of his black supporters why they will not have these discussions.
That's Mr. Clyburn. Yes. I love Mr. Clyburn.
What this man has done to young black youth, and what he has done to his own businesses when it comes to black people. I've talked to Reverend South. He told me he's been in and out of his businesses and never has seen a black person in any of them. How do you just give this man a pass on all of that? Compare his hiring records to Joe Biden's hiring records, and then that ought to give you some indication of what it
And who stands up for the LGBTQIA plus community? It's the Democrats. The Democrat stands up for them.
And there's no job for non-white people, and these people coming in will be taking those jobs that are for non-white people. Never mind them being a threat to those jobs for the rest of us.
Congressman Jim Clyburn, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Clyburn. I have respect for him. He's our Democrat from South Carolina. Graduated from South Carolina State University.
Senator Lindsey Graham is next. And our top
Fuck you!
officials enough to quiet concerns about President Biden, former House.
And if y'all don't know who Joe Wilson is, y'all remember when President Obama had his first State of the Union address. It was something that he said, and then all of a sudden you heard someone from the peanut gallery shouted out, "You lied." That's him. No, what I did was they had a oh my god, I need to see about this. I see whenever I do this, I'm gonna do this and damn, I want to do this so bad. When they have their Christmas parade in Columbia, trust me, honey, trust me. They do a Christmas parade. They do a 2-hour Christmas parade. I went to one of them, and Joe Wilson comes riding up in the parade. I go and I shouted out, "You lied!" And they all looked at me and I was like, "Yeah." And they was like, "Oh, now we get it. Now we get it. So now you get it, don't you? Okay, now you get it."
That really works so good for me. Makes my day. Prevagen at stores everywhere without a prescription.
This outdated DMV has 2 forms of ID.
Think of all the places that can expose your info. Lifelong monitors the millions.
And what's another one?
There's a problem.
When I think it was B106. Yeah, B106.7 FM was coming by, and they are the home of the Gamecocks. Yes. Someone shouted out, "Who will be the next head coach for the football team?" I'm like, next question. I mean, you have fun at these Christmas parades, you know. It's better than a small town parade. Better than a small town parade. I have so much fun going to those parades. I do. I did have so much fun. I still got them pictures. I still got them pictures. I could not find the picture that I was looking for to actually scan. But I did put a picture of Daddy and his mistress in one of the new photo albums. I mean, say what? No, see, okay. Like I said, tomorrow. I'm thinking it's tomorrow, and I'm hoping that it is. It's been shipped out from Amazon. My there is a book out, and I'm gonna repeat this over and over again. There is a book out that was just released by a 5th grader from Lee Park Elementary in Columbia, and it's called "It's Okay to Be Different." And
This is CNN. Closed captioning brought to you by
Okay. I know, yeah, Heidi's going live, so whenever. But she has written this book because her brother was born with limb loss. And fuck you. And I wanted to give out a my support to the future writers and like I said, she's just only in 5th grade and she wrote a book. I was like, come on, that is a published author too. She was on our local news last week, and whenever I get the book, I'm going to read it. It's like 32 pages, and she said that she didn't have um, the the interest to write a book, but someone came to her school and put that fire in her. So now she's a published author, and she's got her book on Amazon. We always got to support our future kids, and I don't have kids myself, but I do like to support um, local artists.
Senator, I do want to ask you about
And that's why I went to Amazon as soon as my money dropped in my account. As soon as my bills were paid, I went and I purchased that book. Yeah, and I want to read it on here because I thought it said, it's okay to be different. I mean, it's okay to not be okay, but it wasn't that. And I finally got the book right and got the author's name right, and I want to read it, as a first impression, which I am impressed because she's a 5th grader, and she's doing this, which is amazing. And it's on. Like I said, I'm gonna post it as soon as I get it. I'm gonna just do the video. I'm not gonna do a live and have it uploaded. Let's see what time it is now. Gotta make sure I don't go over the time. Okay, I'll just go do about 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna end this. Because when Heidi goes live, I don't want to go over her live. I love her. But if Miss Heidi says, don't bring up JY, don't bring up JY in her chat. And the way to get them mad is a smile. Smile and keep on doing your content because they're not going to like it. They're not at all.
I want to get to a couple of important issues, sir, but you just warned of retribution.
Yeah. I warned that the Pandora's box opened by the Democrats is going to be applied here. There should be an investigation of Mayorkas and Biden for abusing the parole statute that led to the murder of Lincoln Riley. They let the accused killer out because of lack of capacity. They paroled him illegally. I think the criminality of the Biden border policy should be looked at. We should look at how people lied about the Hunter Biden laptop being fake when it was real. Yeah, I expect people to look at that. You had a January 6th committee looking at what happened on January 6th. I hope there'll be a committee looking at border policies that led to the rape and murder of lots of Americans. People from 18 to 30 died by fentanyl poisoning coming through a broken border. Yeah, I hope.
Excuse me, but that also happened whenever Trump was president, you son of a bitch. Damn you, dumb.
Agreement with Saudi Arabia that could pave the way for a broader normalization deal between them and Israel. The last time you were on the show, you told me that you want to help President Biden get this done and that we're running out of time. Where does that stand now?
I am still trying to help President Biden's team to have Saudi Arabia normalize with Israel. What needs to happen here is the war.
No, he's like, let's go to war. Let's go to war. That's all.
That's going to wind down, and they need to negotiate an answer to the Palestinian question. And I think the Crown Prince would recognize Israel building on the Abraham Accords. President Trump said,
You sure that you ain't in the running for vice president? Oh, God, no.
The election to come up with a solution in Gaza and the West Bank that not only would end the war but allow Israel to live in peace and the Palestinians have a more hopeful life, and have the Saudi Arabia recognize Israel, which would be the end of the Arab Israel.
Bonjour.
I'd like to help in that regard, but I am urging the American people to listen to what Congressman Clyburn said. He thinks President Biden's been a great president.
He has.
No, he had a bad night. He said a terrible presidency. If you want more of the same, broken borders, a world on fire, out of control inflation.
The world was on fire whenever damn Trump was president, you son. Ooh. Ooh.
Then you need to vote for him. Is that clear?
Senator Lindsey Graham, thank you so much for your time this morning. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, has President Biden managed to stop any of the hand-wringing in his own party? My panel is next.
Hurricane impacts are worsening. Is it too late to undo decades of climate change? Violet Earth, Liam Schreiber, tonight at 9 on CNN.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment,
Night and day, day and night, night and day, day and night.
rash of eczema fast. Some taking Rinvoq felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many had clearer skin and less itch, even at 3 years.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections and blood clots are fatal. Cancer, lymphoma, and skin. Heart attack, stroke, and GI tears.
But like I said, I'm going to pick out a day where I want to go to Starbucks.
Risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
At Granger, we know the ones who get it done wear a lot of hats. A hard hat is one. Problem solver is another. Whatever the job calls for, we're here for you. We're America's trusted source for industrial grade products with the scale and resources to deliver and the knowledge to help answer tough product questions. Because we know that hats change. But having access to
And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to end this live right now. This is the longest I've been on. No, not really. But please like, subscribe, and comment. If you don't like, that's okay. But y'all take care of one another, and I'll see y'all later.